Hello, my name is Alyssa Grove and I am the weekly team leader. I am leading the meeting for the executive on July 9th, 2017 for the class ENGR 408. I will now share my screen with you to progress the meeting. We chose two directions for the weekly direction. The first direction that we mutually selected last week was to get feedback from Discovery Space on the signs that we have submitted to them. We did accomplish this because Kyle went on Friday for a meeting with Discovery Space in order to get feedback on the signs that we submitted to them and tell the rest of us what they said, such as what they did like about the signs, what they didn't like, what they wanted to see changed about them, and what they wanted to stay the same. Unfortunately, only Kyle was in that meeting because there were technical difficulties for everyone else as there was no Wi-Fi, so we were unable to participate even using video conferencing. Kyle did take detailed notes and he shared them with us during our weekly meeting, and we plan to type them up and create Google Docs that we can share with each other so we can consult them when we start changing our signs in accordance to what Discovery Space communicated they wanted to see changed about them. The other direction we chose for this week was to adapt the feedback from Discovery Space into our signs. We are already working on this because we plan to take Kyle's notes on what Discovery Space told us they wanted to see and adapt them into our current signs so that we can hopefully give them a final product that they will be happy and satisfied with. And as a result, we will be proud of that final product. The action items assigned for the rest of the week and for the previous bit of the week before our weekly team meeting and before this report out involved Kyle, who was assigned communication with Discovery Space because he is the one that is located in State College currently. His other action items were to share the results of his communication with Discovery Space. He is also tasked with turning in the signs to PSU printing in order to create a final product to turn into Discovery Space. My action items include creating a base template for the signs that we want to create that based off of what Discovery Space told Kyle they wanted to see from the signs. Nick's action items included taking weekly meeting minutes because Monica was unfortunately unable to make this meeting as she had previous engagements that she needed to attend to. We were all understanding of this, and we are going to make sure that she is caught up on everything that happened during the weekly meeting so that she can also perform her weekly action items that we all need to do this week, which are basically adapting the Discovery Space feedback to our signs. Nick's other action item was to update the Gantt chart. For our weekly deliverables, we plan to deliver the final product to Discovery Space on Friday. And we are currently on track to do this because we plan to give ourselves a few days in order to adapt the Discovery Space feedback to our current signs, and then Kyle will take that product to PSU printing and then take the printed product to Discovery Space in order to give them a final product that we hope they will be happy and satisfied with and that we can be proud of as a result. From there, we can finish our final product, our final report, and turn that in along with our steps for improvement and cost analysis to be turned into the executive, or the professor in this case. This week, we do have several questions for the leadership regarding the future of the Discovery Space project beyond this course and some other things regarding the future of the project for this course. The outstanding questions for the executive to answer are: will ENGR 408 and ME 340 be continuing this project in the fall? Discovery Space actually asked Kyle this question during the meeting, and since we didn't know the answer, we decided that it would be better to consult the executive in this class. Another question is there a date that the funds need to be spent by? Basically meaning that, do we have to spend the budget by a certain date in order to get reimbursed, such as before the class ends, or a couple days after the class ends, or the day the class ends? Our last question is technically from PSU printing. When Kyle turned in the signs, he was asked, is there a number to call for the budget in this class? We didn't know the answer to that question, so we're still wondering if there is a number to call for the budget when we print the signs and pursue other endeavors for this project. That wraps up this meeting on the shared screen. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. I would like to take a moment to thank you for your time and tell you that we look forward to hearing from you regarding our questions for the executive. We look forward to continuing working on this project, and thank you for your time.